talk to you about how to be poor. Now, some of you are probably thinking right now, what do you mean how to be poor? It's easy, just don't have a lot of money. No, that's not what I'm talking about. How do you live while being poor? Because being poor is not easy. That's the whole point of having money, that money makes life easy for you. Now, the unfortunate fact is that the vast majority of everybody, everywhere, throughout all of history, is poor. And most people will remain poor for all their lives. But the thing is, that's not necessarily a bad thing. You can be poor and happy. You can be poor and lead a fulfilling life. There's no inherent reason that being poor must be a bad thing. Now, the reason that, or at least a reason that many people who are poor today don't lead happy, fulfilling lives is that they just don't know how to be poor. There was, I forget what it was. After the Wall Street crash in 2008, there was an article I read about poor people in England who they didn't know how to make food properly. They didn't know how to... There's just these skills that poor people everywhere had forever, and these skills that were just forgotten about. They weren't passed on. Children didn't learn them from their parents. And so, well, I was poor. I was very poor for a very long time. And I learned those skills, or at least some of them. And so I'm going to talk about them. And I really hope that all you poor people watching me are going to learn something and find some benefit from this. Okay, to start with, what are the skills that you need to be poor? Well, there are three basic ones. There's a whole lot more of this, but three very basic skills that you need. And when I say basic, I mean basic. You don't need to know these things very well at all. I don't. And anyway. So, first skill. Carpentry. Know how to work with wood. I actually have a whole series on my channel. I call it the Poor Yankee Workshop, talking about how to do different things with wood, woodworking. I'm not very good at carpentry. I've learned a little. I learned from my father. I learned a little on my own. I watched the Yankee Workshop when I was younger. Small Yankee Workshop? Old Yankee Workshop? I forget. Anyway. I don't know very much. But even knowing a little bit, even not having expensive tools, I've still made a lot of things that have given me benefit. I've made chairs, I've made beds, I've made tables, I've made bookshelves. These bookshelves, in fact, actually, no, these particular ones actually I made with my father, but take my word for it. There are bookshelves that I made all on my own, without expensive tools, without knowing a lot about carpentry. In fact, a lot of them are made for free. People toss out wood all the time. You can find really decent wood just tossed out on street corners very often. At least everywhere I've lived. Where you live, things may vary. But even if you can't pick up wood for free, it's a lot cheaper to get a bunch of boards and put them together to make whatever it is you need. Let me see, where was I? Right, so carpentry. Just knowing a little bit about it, I've still gained a lot of benefit from it. I built the last house I lived in fact. I didn't know, I say I don't know a lot now. I know even less when I started. So you can learn. You can learn by doing. And anyway, so carpentry, very important. The second skill that you need to be poor is sewing. Now, there's some people out there that think sewing is women's work. Well, shut up. That's stupid. Anyway, right. So sewing. Again, I don't know it very well, and again, I've gained a lot of benefit from it. Even knowing very little about it, I've known how to sew up holes in my pants. I've known how to. I actually took a dress shirt that I got from Goodwill or something. I forget which it was, and I actually sewed it up a little bit so it fit me better. Okay, you need to know very little actual sewing for it to benefit you. So now I have a shirt that actually fits me pretty well that I got for almost nothing. I made my own winter coat. I have this winter coat. I made it, well, not entirely from scratch. I took different bits and put it together. But it fits me perfectly. It's comfortable. It's cozy. It's warm. And I got it for free. No, not for free. I spent a little bit to get that. I got this wonderful winter coat that fits me perfectly. It's cozy. It's warm for like $1.25. So yeah, sewing. Very important. Now the third skill that is very important that you need to be poor. This is probably the most important. Because sewing and carpentry, these things are very useful and over time will gain you a lot of benefit. This last skill you will use literally every day, and you will gain a lot of benefit from the very beginning. Cooking. Or not just cooking per se, not narrow cooking, but everything to do with food. Kitchening. How to handle food. How to handle the tools that you use to handle food. As an example, chicken. I love chicken. I can go to a store, buy some chicken, make my own Hasselback fried chicken, and it will end up being like costing about half as much as it would cost if I went to McDonald's or something, or KFC, and get the cheapest fried chicken they've got. Okay, that's a lot of benefit right there. But there's more. There's still more. There's more to that. See, it used to be I just go out and I buy some chicken breasts in a frozen package or whatever. But now, what I do is I go and I get a whole chicken. So I get a whole chicken, I bring it back, and I cut it up. I cut off the bits that I can cut off easily, legs, wings, breasts, and I take all the rest, and I put it in a pot, and I make stew. And so that whole chicken will cost about half as much as I would be paying for that package of breasts. And the whole chicken has about twice as much meat as there would be in that package of breasts. So I get about twice as much meat for about half what it would cost to get a package of chicken breast. It's about half what it would cost to go and get some fried chicken at some fast food joint. So just knowing how to cut up a chicken gives me a huge amount of benefit. So those are the three skills you need to be poor. And the three most basic skills. There are other skills, and there are, more advanced forms of these skills, versions? Don't know. Anyway. So, the good Lord willing, I'm going to be making more videos on the subject. Talking about, again, going into more detail in these skills. Also talking about other less basic, but also important skills. And I hope you'll follow along with me. If you want to learn more, well, one thing you could do is, subscribe to my channel and see the videos as I make them. The other thing you could do is go out and educate yourself. There's lots of really great resources out there to learn how to cook, how to clean, how to sew, how to work with wood. So yeah, please learn, become better, because you deserve to be happy and successful. You deserve to have security. You deserve to lead a fulfilling life. And I will try to help you do that. So thanks for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, share, whatever it is people do with things on the internet. I'm really not very good at technology. I'm a serious Luddite, really. Anyway, that's all. Have a good night, and God bless.